Hey guys, Tom here and welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a WWE SummerSlam 2017 review. It's going to be good, people. It's going to be good. Now I've got a whole list of all the matches down there. There was 13. There was 13 bloody matches. Are they mental? Are they actually mental? 6 bloody hours. Are they insane? Are they actually insane? That was ridiculous. That was the longest pay-per-view I've ever watched. Anyway, before we get into it, I'm going for 125,000 subscribers. I feel like there's going to be a few new people watching today's video. So if you are new, make sure to subscribe. And also, go over to my Twitter and check it out, because we had some absolutely banging tweets tonight that were pretty bloody funny. Anyway, let's get into it. You know what? We're going to start off with the pre-show, because it was actually worth watching this time. Now, not the Miz Taraj match, that wasn't worth watching, but we had a Cruiserweight Championship match where the title bloody changed hands. As I did in my prediction video, it was going to be such a WWE thing to do, to have Tozawa win it 6 days before SummerSlam, and then for him to drop the belt at SummerSlam. And what happened? He dropped the belt at bloody SummerSlam. Neville wins it back. Why does he win it back? I'm not really sure why he's won it back, to be honest. Pretty good match. I couldn't really determine whether this was their best match, because they've had some decent interaction in the last few months. Their match on Monday Night Raw was very, very good as well. But this was just such a WWE thing to do, wasn't it? Have Tozawa win the belt on Monday, and then Neville just wins it back at SummerSlam. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And why has he won it? Like, 205 Live have failed to make big stars, and when they do make one, like Tozawa, they give him the belt for 6 days. Are they mental? Are they absolutely mental? Anyway, the next match we had was actually the best match on the show, and it wasn't even on the show. It was on the pre-show. The Usos against The New Day, and the Usos, the cheeky bastards, have only gone and won the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. Now, this match kind of felt like it was The New Day and the Usos kind of proving to the WWE and those goons in the back that never put us on the pre-show again, lads. Never put us on the pre-show. We deserve to be on the main show. It was the best match on the entire show, and it wasn't even on the show. Yeah, this was just, obviously, they were trying to prove here that they should have been on the main show. Of course they should have been on the main show. This was ridiculous. This was the best pre-show match we have ever seen. I think they call it the kickoff show nowadays, but who gives a fuck? This match was fucking insane. There were so many near falls. It was very innovative. We've seen so many matches between the Usos and the New Day down the years. However, this felt fresh, it felt new, there was loads of different manoeuvres in this match, and it was good. It was very good. This was the best pre-show match we've ever seen, and we also get new champions, and it was on the pre-show. Are they mad? They gave it away for free, and it was very, very, very good. I absolutely loved this match. It was the best match of the night, and yes, there we go. Do you know what? Want to know what was one of the worst matches of the night? It was John Cena against Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin, he needed to bounce back from his failed cash-in on Tuesday, and he didn't bounce back. He lost to John Cena. Great one there, lads. Great one there, lads. Yes, he definitely needed to bounce back here. I felt going into this match, there was 2 ways they could do this match. Either they were going to play the card where Baron Corbin just completely dominates John Cena because he's angry that he failed to successfully cash in. Or they could have the story where, oh, he's so distracted, and that costs him the win against John Cena. The one they should have gone for was the one where he's really angry and he's going to use his aggression to beat John Cena. However, they obviously went for the one where he was he got something else on his mind, and that's why John Cena beat him. What a load of bloody bollocks. Oh my days. We're going to actually group this match with the Randy Orton against Rusev match, because I have a complaint which links these 2 matches together. Lots of fans, like myself, complain that the WWE fail to make big stars. And they've never really replaced John Cena and Randy Orton in the last decade. And they never really failed to do it. They just failed to do it all the time. And do you know why? Because they always have the big stars, the rising stars, go up against the likes of John Cena and Randy Orton, and they lose. John Cena beats Baron Corbin, Randy Orton beats Rusev. You can't make top stars when your previous top stars are beating the up-and-coming stars. It makes no fucking sense. This was retarded. Both matches were dumb. Baron Corbin against John Cena was just dull. It was dull. It was not interesting whatsoever. It was the worst way to start the show. We had 30 matches on this show, and, well, 10 matches on the full show, ignoring the pre-show, and this was the dullest way to start the whole pay-per-view, wasn't it? I mean, if we've got 10 matches, we want a good one to start off. To be fair, it was quite hard for them to bounce back from that insane tag match between the Usos and the New Day. However, this just wasn't the way to start the show, was it? This was just not good. And then to have John Cena win? Come on, Corbin's got to be bouncing back from his failed cash-in on Tuesday. Let's be honest. Let's be bloody honest. And it went all tits up for him. It went all tits up for him. What a terrible call. And it was just a dull match. Another kind of boring Baron Corbin match on a pay-per-view. What's he doing? Right, what was the next match? The next match was, we had Naomi against Natalya, which actually, surprisingly, was actually a very nice match. Like the Usos and New Day match, it was innovative. They had a few nice moves in there that we'd never seen before. It was a bit of a shame, because nobody really wanted to see Natalya against Naomi. Like, where did this match even come from? Why did Natalya have a match against Naomi? She didn't really deserve it. Charlotte wasn't on the pay-per-view. Becky Lynch wasn't on the pay-per-view. Why was Natalya in the title match? To be fair, it was an alright match. It wasn't anything amazing, but it was better than we expected. And we got a title change. We only got our third title change of the pay-per-view at this point. Like, what the hell? This wasn't on the cards. I thought Carmella was going to cash in, but I didn't think Natalya was walking out with a belt just like that. I'm actually sort of happy about this. For one, Naomi's just been a disappointing champion. She really has been a bit lame. And I think Natalya sort of opens up the division a bit. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from here, because there's going to be loads of different matches now that Natalya's champion. I'm just kind of glad that Naomi's not champion anymore. But yeah, this was it was an alright match, actually. Better than we expected. Anyway, the next match we had was Big Cass against Big Show, and it wasn't a big match, even though you had two people called Big. Yeah, you had Enzo above the shark cage, and he was just distracting the whole way through, and he even got out of it! What's he doing? I mean, this isn't the first time I've watched somebody lube up for my entertainment, and he used that lube to get out of the cage. Mattel must have absolutely loved this match, because that's basically the whole reason we got it, so they can sell that stupid shark cage toy that they've got for the ring. Apart from that, it was absolutely shite. It was absolutely shite. There was no point of Enzo getting out the cage. I mean, why didn't he just dive on Big Cass from it? That would have been cool. He didn't even do that. Oh my days. Anyway, next match, yeah, we had Randy Orton against Rusev. That was shite. That was shite. Nice one on building up some more stars, guys. Yeah. Sasha Banks against Alexa Bliss. Weird. It was weird. I feel like they've had a better match. Was it Payback or one of those other shitty pay-per-views? They had actually quite a good match between those two. But there was a very good point made during this one, where I think it was Corey Graves. He's like, the last two times Alexa Bliss has walked out by count-out. So why didn't you make this a no count-out match? That would have made sense. But Sasha Banks wins the title. What the bloody hell? This was not on the cards either, because Bayley was supposed to be in this match, so I suggested that, well, why would Sasha Banks win? Because she's not even supposed to really be in this match. But she won the title, and it was just getting ridiculous at this point. What was that, like the fourth new champion they crowned on the pay-per-view? It was like they'd gone mad. What? Seriously, what were they doing at this point? Did they really need to do this? I'm not sure. Kind of felt a little bit of a pointless title change, really. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to complain about something that we haven't seen sort of happen yet, but yeah, this just felt like a really pointless title change. The match was okay. I just feel like we have seen a better match between these two. I can't recall when it was. Maybe comment down below when it was, but I feel like we have seen better matches between these two. And yeah. Next match we got was Balor against Bray Wyatt. Now, I think this was a good match, but I just couldn't get into it. I was never really invested in this whole Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor thing. It was like they were fighting, but I wasn't really know why they were fighting. There wasn't really an aim. There wasn't really a goal. There wasn't really a target. They were just having a match. And you need sort of context behind that. I never really knew why they originally started feuding. Never really made a lot of sense. I didn't really know why he became the demon for this, because it wasn't really that important. Finn Balor won in the end. Yeah, this didn't really do a lot for me. It was kind of cool seeing the demon back for the first time in, actually, since SummerSlam last year. But what did this really achieve? What did it really do? It was okay. It wasn't anything that impressive. And at the end of the day, they are trying to kind of make this SummerSlam sort of like the second WrestleMania of the year. But some of these matches, they weren't WrestleMania. They weren't even fucking payback matches. They were just like, yeah. I mean, I think they kind of feel like the more matches they put on this show, the better it's going to be. But it actually turns out the worse it is, because we're just exhausted. And this was just another exhausting match that just really didn't need to happen. Next match we got was The Shield. I've put them down as The Shield against The Bar. We had Sheamus and Cesaro against The Shield, Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. I think this would have been one of the best matches of the night, if it wasn't for the New Day against the Usos completely outshining everybody on this show. Decent, very decent match, and the end was insane. The end was absolutely insane. Seth Rollins had a really cool attire as well. He was like a Power Ranger in red. It was nice. Seth Rollins sort of gets on the top rope and sort of does a sort of Hurricanrana to Cesaro, and that makes Cesaro go flying into Sheamus and Dean, and then super kicks go everywhere from Seth. Seth hits his knee finisher, Dean hits his dirty deeds. That was one of the best finishes I've ever seen to a WWE match. That was awesome. And they're now the Raw Tag Team Champions. That is cool. I don't know how long this is going to last, but even if it lasts a few weeks, I'm going to be happy, because this was great. I can't wait to see what they do on Monday Night Raw. Really happy with this match. It delivered. It was really good. And, well, it was one of the only matches which actually fully delivered, to be honest. So I was glad about that, because I was really looking forward to it. And it was one of the only matches that got my prediction right. Next match we got is AJ Styles against Kevin Owens. I think if it wasn't for the addition of Shane McMahon in this match, this really would have fell flat on its face, but he really added an interesting dynamic to this match and a story that we haven't seen between these two. Because I was getting a little bit exhausted, a little bit tired, a little bit bored of AJ Styles against Kevin Owens. The titles sort of changed hands a few times, and it's kind of felt a little bit pointless at times. The matches haven't been phenomenal, they've been good, but I know they can do better. So I was expecting something here, and thankfully the addition of Shane did make it feel a little bit different, a little bit unique, and it was actually quite a unique match, really. It was something we haven't seen before, and I quite enjoyed it. I've never seen a referee get so involved in a match like this before, but it was quite unique how he got involved. I thought there was a weird spot where AJ did his splash, and for some reason Shane McMahon was on top of Kevin Owens. I've never seen a referee do that before. But yeah, I did think it added an interesting dynamic, and it definitely felt different to their other matches. AJ Styles is still champion, which is great. I'm wondering who he's going to move on to next. Somebody suggested Dolph Ziggler in the previous video. I'm not really sure, but hopefully they can move on now, because this feud's it's been alright, but we need something different with AJ and Kevin Owens. And wondering who Kevin Owens feuds with now, actually. Next match, we've got Jinder Mahal against Shinsuke Nakamura. This was the most underwhelming match we had on the whole show. Like, oh my god. It was just slow, it was sluggish, it didn't really feel like these guys meshed at all. We've just come off like a 3-month feud with Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal, which I actually quite enjoyed, but some people didn't. And now we've gone into this like, this was really underwhelming and sort of sluggish, and they just didn't mesh. It didn't look like they were communicating well, and something just didn't click here, and it was a bit disappointing, because this was technically the second biggest match at SummerSlam. I never really understood why Nakamura was in this position in the first place, because I think I missed the SmackDown where they crowned Nakamura the #1 contender, so I was always a bit confused. But this just didn't feel right. It just felt a bit weird. It was a bit short, it was a bit strange, and it just didn't work. And then the ending was all just... It was all just like really rushed at the end. The Singh brothers got involved. Next minute, Jinder's pumping him up for his finisher, the Coloss, and it's over. The crowd are stunned, and they're like, "What, mate? What, mate?" And that just reminds me, Cesaro with the beach ball. Bloody hell, mate! You've come up with the big stuff there. That was actually quite funny. That's just such a Cesaro thing to do, isn't it? That was insane. Like, what the fuck? But just how he sprints in the crowd. But yeah, this match was weird. But thankfully, the Universal Championship match did save it. Braun, mate. Braun, how are you not the new Universal Champion? He really showed up tonight. He just manhandled Brock Lesnar. We've never seen this before. He puts him through 2 tables with the running power slam, and then puts the fucking table on him. Is he mad? Is he mad? Yeah, really good. This was really fast-paced. This was probably the longest Brock Lesnar match we've seen in about 2 years. Which, I quite enjoyed that. yeah, it definitely delivered. This was one of the only matches which did deliver. I don't think it quite saved the show. I do think the show was quite lackluster anyway. And freaking hell, 13 matches. But yeah, we all went to SummerSlam looking forward to this match. And yeah, that was the one that delivered. And thankfully, it was good. And Brock Lesnar is still Universal Champion. He's on Monday Night Raw tomorrow. Will we see him until Royal Rumble? Maybe at Survivor Series, but we could have had an interim champion or something in the meantime. We could have put it on Braun. We could have easily put it on Samoa Joe. You could have made an argument for any of these lot walking away with the belt here. But Brock Lesnar, the easy option, is still the champion. Slightly disappointed that we didn't get a new Universal Champion. I do feel like there does need to be a change, and all three of the challengers are looking really good. It's a shame that none of them walked out with a title, because I think somebody's career could have been really made tonight by winning the belt. But overall, it might have saved the show, because the rest of the show was shit. The rest of the show was really bad. That Miz-Taraj match on the pre-show was naff. The Hardy Boys didn't even make it to the full show. The Usos against the New Day, the best match, wasn't even on the main show. Cruiserweight Championship match, we got a new champion. Weird. John Cena against Corbin. Shit. Naomi against Natalya. New champion. Weird. Sasha Banks, new champion. Weird. They've had better matches. Randy Orton against Rusev. That was shit. What else did we have that was shit? Oh my god. We had Big Cass against Big Show with Enzo lubing up. That was shit. So yeah. Weird pay-per-view. Weird pay-per-view. But the matches I was looking forward to. The Shield match. Delivered. The Brock Lesnar match. Delivered. The Usos against the New Day, delivered. The Jinder Mahal match, I was looking forward to, that didn't deliver. But overall, most of the matches I was looking forward to did actually prove tonight they were worth staying up for. What did you guys think about it? This pay-per-view is actually going to get, I don't want to be too harsh, but I'm actually thinking a 6 out of 10. I am thinking a 6 out of 10. I did think a lot of it was really lame. I honestly did. I thought it was dull. I did think it was dull. For SummerSlam, it feels like a similar story, really. This is my 5th year doing a SummerSlam review, and I feel like the last good SummerSlam we had was 2014. 2015 was bad, 2016 was bad, 2017 was bad, the one that we just seen. Yeah, we need a good SummerSlam. Feels like they just pile loads of stuff on them nowadays. 13 matches! 6 hours! Are you mental? Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you've in fact enjoyed today's video. Give me a rating down below. What did you think of it? Take care. Spike your hair.